how we usually like to promote is, I mean, how we have to promote is Instagram oftentimes.
Yeah.
We're posting all that shit, multiple posts, stories, whatever. But we've been doing different apps like Partyful to just like send to people, and it's actually been pretty effective for shows.
It's been effective.
Just getting people to actually have to respond, and then they can see which of their friends are going, and
Right.
it kind of makes it more of a social event than if you just have a ticket link on your story, you know.
Hayden knows I'm skeptical of Partyful though.
Yeah.
So I'm not using it anymore. Whether you're using an app or not, you have to at some point like directly send people the ticket link also.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's the annoying but like actually effective way to get people to come is like you have to text people, you know.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot, like, you know, especially like the more people you meet and want to come to your show, you're just texting more people. I'm sure there's a better way to do it, but the reality is like an Instagram post isn't going to reach everybody.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't work that way. Like not everybody sees everything that every follower or every person they follow posts.
Yeah, and it's so easy to not engage with
Instagram.
shit you're seeing online.
Right. So you have to just be like, you know, go through mentally like who comes to every one of your shows. For me, it's like my siblings and cousins.
Mm-hmm.
So I text them, obviously. Like they're the first people I text. And then I just go, you know, people I know from school, through music, like, you know, all the people I know in the city. I just kind of slowly but surely text them for the like 2 weeks before the show.
Mm. Yeah, but and then you know, friends of friends will come to a show, and then some of them will be genuinely into live music and into just new music and independent artists, and then you kind of get more genuine fans that come for the music.
One thing we've been trying to do more, you know, trying to meet new people by putting different bills together, or like even like we've been trying to plan Revelator bills, but like find a fourth band that, you know, whether or not we know them personally, it's just like, you know, if there's a band that you like in New York City or in the city you live in, whatever, reach out to them and see if they would want to play as the fourth act on the bill. And then you just like, you know, you meet new people that way, and then hopefully you introduce your fans to their music and their fans to your music.
Mm-hmm. Just
hope, you know, that's the goal. And I think that's what we've started to try to do more. And that's hopefully the plan going forward, just because there's so many good bands, like even just in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
There's so fucking many of them. So it's like, why wouldn't I at least reach out and be like, hey, you know, if you're free on July whatever, we're playing at Berlin.
Yeah, July 23rd, maybe.
Right.
We'll confirm that. Yeah, and it's also just, it's different than if you're just like following other small musicians on Instagram because you like know or think they'll follow you back, and it'll just make it look like you have more followers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at the live shows you can make the genuine connections and and just actually be fans of the bands you're playing with.
Right. And also make merch. We've been getting better. We've been making more merch, which is exciting. Carly and I bought a screen printing kit that we just used for the first time. But that should be fun in the future, because then that kind of opens up the possibility of making all sorts of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Tank tops.
Yeah.
Tote bags.
Hey.
Underwear?
Oh,
maybe.
Shit. And it's a good investment.
It's a good investment, and it's actually pretty fun.
Merch.
Carly's the one handling all the equipment. Mm-hmm. She doesn't trust me with it, but it is fun to observe and watch and help.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing, is helping.
That's a good place for you, I think. It's also it's great to like, people are always down to get involved in new music if they're not musicians too.
True.
Graphic design artists or painters or
that's true.
People that specialize in different art forms. It's nice to collaborate and
it's great
and all work on stuff together. Yeah.
And I think I mean, it's just really, it's great to, you know, if you have a friend who's an amazing artist, like, you know, why would you spend money on like an artist you don't know to do your album art versus reach out to your friend who you haven't talked to in a year and be like, yo, I love, you know, your stuff online or whatever, you know, or I like the stuff I saw when we went to college together, and just be like, would you want to work on some album art or a poster.
Yeah.
It's just great to like use people in your kind of community.
Right. If it is a friend, make sure you talk about payment up front. I have found out the hard way.
Yeah.
Make sure you are communicating.
That is a very good thing to
sort of
say.
stuff. Yeah.
Should be the first thing you.
Yeah,
It's
for real.
actually, I would say, like the closer friends you are, the more important it is.
Yeah.
But whoever you're working with, whether it's a friend or someone random, like you should definitely bring up that conversation early.
Yeah, and it's, if you really care about it, it's worth even paying a friend.
Yeah.
I think. Oh my god, it stopped recording. Now, if you do these things and you get a show and you are successful in that part of this, you're gonna run into some problems. You know, these shows aren't gonna be perfect, especially when your friends or just random people who walk in off the street are your audience. You know, your band's gonna fuck up. You're gonna fuck up. People are gonna talk, especially if you play quieter music. People are gonna talk from time to time, and on stage it might be really easy to hear them.
Yeah.
But you kind of just gotta practice. Yeah, practice tuning them out and staying present. And just, I think it's been nice. When I first started playing shows, I would treat it like all of them had to be perfect, and I would just go through all the mistakes in my head that we made on stage. But viewing each show as practice, that's kind of making progress, is, I think, a way healthier and way more realistic way to do it. Makes them a little more fun, takes the pressure off, and yeah, it's just not going to be perfect right away, and it's never going to be perfect, and I'm sorry. But yeah, it seems obvious, I guess, but it's taken real practice to kind of let go of some of that stress around the shows.
Yeah, it's hard. You gotta let yourself. It's easy to be distracted, especially when there's like part of the crowd that is just like not there to see you.
Yeah.
When that happens, it sucks. But then there will just be like a whole corner of the room who are in their they're at a bar in their minds.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like they're not here to see your band. Like maybe the other band already finished and they're just like part of that group, and that's fine. But it can be really distracting. I think it's gotten easier over the years just to be like, all right, I'm gonna focus on the song. I'm gonna try to lock in with the band.
Yeah.
And trust that like those people who want to hear the song are listening to the song, regardless of like chatter.
Yeah, shit happens. It also doesn't mean you're not playing well.
No.
If people are talking, it just means they're rude. That's pretty much all it means.
Yeah.
Usually, I don't know.
Not always. Yeah.
Yeah, you might be fucking up pretty bad, and then in that case, it is on you.
It's tough. I mean, sometimes it's just way. There's so many things out of your control.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Also, it's like one thing I've learned to do is, you don't always get a sound check. Some venues are like, oh, you can come at 5 and sound check, and that's great. But sometimes they don't offer that, or sometimes like you just can't make it on time. You have work or something. I used to think it was like annoying to do this, but then I realized like if we play the first song of the set and something's off with my like monitor mix, like it's way better to just be like, can I get more vocal in my monitor?
Mm-hmm.
Like just do that. It's not like an arena show where everything's like choreographed. Like it's a DIY whatever. Like it's a little venue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I don't think the crowd is gonna react negatively to you being like on stage and like still tweaking your sound a little.
Totally. Yeah, after the first song's kind of a perfect time to do that. It's not going to take anyone out of the show.
No.
It's just going to lock you in more for the rest of the show.
Yeah, you got to be able to hear yourself. Mm-hmm. And it's tough when you don't have a sound check. And sometimes the monitoring situation at these venues isn't great either. So you just have to like, if it's the most important that you hear the drums or like vocals, you just have to ask for it and be like, okay, I just need more of this so I can play everything else well.
Totally. Yeah. seems good for now.
I think that's all we really need to touch on, right?
Just get out there. You can play a bad show. It's okay.
Yeah, play a bad show. We've done that.
We've done it. We have done that.
For sure.
Yeah.
But nobody remembers them. Or like people don't remember them as bad. They just remember like, oh, that was fun. Like I like that spot.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, be forgiving. Be forgiving afterwards. I'm telling this
To
for me
yourself?
mostly. Yeah, be forgiving of yourself for afterwards, for real.
This is therapy.
And honestly, hang out with people after your show if you can. Because
Yeah,
sometimes if I'm going home alone,
don't just go home
and like
sad.
yeah, and then like the what's it called, the rush, the
adrenaline.
Yeah, the adrenaline starts to die down,
Uh-huh.
and you're just left reflecting on a show. That's tough. That's a tough mental space to be in.
It can be tough for sure.
For me. So don't do that. Have fun. Have fun with it.
Go have fun.
Hey, you're loud. All right. Well,
I think that's it.
I think that's pretty much it. I guess we'll catch you later.
I guess we'll see you next time.